If you're looking for Miss Robin, I can lead the way. She told me that she'd be willing to meet with outside guests.
If it's not too much trouble. Also, we're...
Oh, I haven't. But please, rest assured. Dreamflux Reef is a small place, and it's not as bustling as the beautiful Dream, but its safety is unmatched. How about this? Since it's your first time here in Dreamflux Reef, I'll be your guide and help you find your companions. And then we can... She's gone to Mrs. Grace's to visit the children. She won't be leaving anytime soon, so there should be enough time.
All right then, we'll follow your plan. Well, we now know the answer to both murder cases that have caught... no idea. Say, you mentioned before that you saw Clocky that only you... I can't shake off this strange feeling. Forget it. It's done.
Everyone, look! From here, you can see the most spectacular view of Dreamflux Reef.
A black hole? No. An accretion disk formed from consolidated memoria? Was Dreamflux Reef built on such unstable memoria?
Oh, so Mr. Yang is also versed in memoria dynamics. I was just trying to figure out how to explain this huge hole to everyone. I bet you guys have a lot in common with Miss Kami. Look! There she is!
My calculations are finally done. In another 10 system hours, the above dream will swallow the dream below. My hypothesis was correct. This place will cease to exist as the dream devours everything. Who are you all, and why haven't you left yet? This place is about to disappear. I'm Kami, a dreamscape surveyor specializing in memoria dynamics, and this is my life's work that I'm researching. See that huge gaping hole? It was just a narrow rift many years ago, but now it's grown into a giant hole. The surrounding memoria has been flowing towards the other end of the hole at a constant velocity, slowly but surely. But the scary part is, according to my calculations, the flow rate of memoria has recently changed, and it's faster than ever before. It's almost as if something is sucking it in from the other side. By constantly improving upon Madame Rosalina's memoria measurement method, I've finally obtained accurate results. After 10 system hours, the Dreamflux Reef will cease to exist. Just like the melting of glaciers, everything will crumble and disintegrate. The dreams on that side of the void will fuse into one.
Please don't worry. This sort of thing has happened many times before. Miss Kami isn't a bad person. She's just a bit lost in her own world. She'll probably realize she's wrong soon enough.
You don't say. There was something else that piqued my interest. Who is Madame Rosalina?
Oh, do you know her too? Or are you also a fan of memoria dynamics?
We're very interested in Madame Rosalina's achievements. Could you tell us a little more about them?
Why, of course! She's an excellent scholar of Memoria dynamics, and the first person to apply Memoria rate measurement methodology on interstellar travelers. Regrettably, due to the presence of the Garden of Recollection, ordinary people don't pay much attention to the nature of Memoria. She departed this world without much fame, leaving only a few thin journals behind. I came to Penacony to learn more about my idol, and went to great lengths to seek out Dreamflux Reef, all because this is her final resting place. Prodigies always meet their demise prematurely. If only Madame Rosalina had more time, she would have discovered a way to reverse the flow of Memoria. I felt it. The source is in the golden hour. There is a certain anomalous presence stirring the currents of the memory zone. I must uncover more concrete proof. I must convince everyone.
Does the name Madame Rosalina sound familiar to you? That's right. It seems like she did a great
Miss Katie regularly mentions her. I hear Madame Rosalina passed away during the prison war. She could see the Penacony of today. Its people building homes in the memory zone. I bet she'd be really happy.
Perhaps.
Our destination is the commercial district. That's where the largest crowds gather in Dreamflux Reef. We might be able to find the others there.
Let me... Ghost! There's a ghost! Don't come near me!
Oh my. I'm human and so are you. Can you get a grip? Mr. Yang and Mr. Trailblazer, I've been waiting for you. Quickly, come help. I bumped into a member of the family on the way here. He was so scared and I just wanted to calm him down. But...
Let me go! Let me go! I've only done good in my life. Why can't I rest in peace after death?
well, this is how it turned out. Me? A ghost? Don't make me hit you. He thinks he's dead. Although, when I first fell in, I also thought the same.
Dear guest, this is not the afterlife. This is Dreamflux Reef.
That's right. Did you hear that? Repeat after me. Dreamflux Reef.
You're talking to someone invisible. If I'm not dead, what am I? I shouldn't have pushed my luck and tried sleeping in my dream. Curiosity kills the Papeshi. Stop asking! You'll alert the monsters. All the dead are right here. All of them.
You're not talking about the memory zone meme, are you?
Don't say that name! It's all your fault. They're coming!
Enemy targets detected. Ready for another?
Stand still.
Netmark effective. Time for a good old counterattack.
Still water's uplifted.
He passed out. His intense negative
I see.
Unlike in the Sweet Dream, people here don't see memory zone memes as dangerous monsters. And even if they pose a threat, people can easily escape by forcing a wake-up call. But we can't just leave this man here. Can we take him somewhere safe?
We can ask Jessie for help. I've gotten to know many locals while waiting for you guys. Everyone here is living a self-sufficient life. I don't know how to describe it, but this place feels like the real dreamscape.
I remember when this place was.
Stream 4.
Evening, Jessie. Is it evening?
Welcome, Miss March. Who might these be?
These two are my friends. As for the man lying on the ground, he's a scaredy cat who fainted from fright.
I see. Another poor guy who accidentally ended up here. I'll take care of him. There have been a lot of new faces lately. Things must be tough in the beautiful dream. The few remaining havens of freedom in Asdana will soon face trouble.
Do such things often happen here?
Not really, but they're becoming more frequent now. Guess it's one of the signs of the Sweet Dreams collapse. This man has had quite the shock. Could you help me find a Halovian lady, March? Her songs can heal mental wounds.
A Halovian lady?
That must be Robin. She's also here in Dreamflux Reef.
Huh? Robin? But I thought she... Oh, right. If Firefly is here safe and sound, then it means Robin must be okay too.
Misha is about to take us to her to find out what happened. But before that, let's meet up with Himiko. You were with her earlier, right?
We met some stowaways in the residential area. Most of them came from neighboring star systems. I heard that places like Dreamflux Reef are scattered throughout the memory zone of Asdana, like islands in the ocean. They existed before the family arrived. I also heard that when Dreamflux Reef took shape, it was the center of all dreamscapes in Penacony.
If that's true, it's no wonder there are so many similarities between this place and the Sweet Dream.
Himiko must be gathering information. Let's hurry up and get going.
Let's see.
This is where we split up.
So that's how it is. I never imagined we'd gather the remaining details here.
To borrow Gallagher's catchphrase, what an unpredictable twist of fate.
Himiko, here they are.
Ah, perfect timing. Now that everyone's here, I'd like to introduce everyone to Micah, who's partly in charge of the Land of the Exiles. Micah, these are my companions.
It's a pleasure to meet the Nameless.
You know us?
I've been keeping an eye on you since the day you arrived in Penacony. We would have met under more appropriate circumstances if Dreamflux Reef hadn't been isolated from the 12 dreamscapes. Please, allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm Micah, the Gravekeeper of Dreamflux Reef.
Gravekeeper?
Life in Dreamflux Reef is pretty liberating. Everyone here mostly keeps to themselves, without meddling in others' affairs. My daily task...
You're too modest, Micah. What?
So, On that note, Mr. Mika, which tombstones are you referring to? We didn't come across any.
They're actually just symbolic. But before that, you have an important guest joining you.
An important guest? Who could it be?
This way, please. The roads here in Dreamflux Reef are a bit run down, so watch your step.
Stream 4.
is.
Everyone sang so wonderful.
Oh, I can't thank you enough, Robin. Well, these...
It was nothing, Grace. I merely taught them that life must be quite difficult.
That's right.
Whenever it's time to say goodbye to these kids, they're reluctant to leave.
It seems you truly... Emma and Andy are orphans I took under my wing. Carol there with... If we compare people and me, an old lady with no legs.
I'm glad that you found a new life here.
Don't worry, Robin. Dreams have their significance, but they aren't everything. But you know what? Emma and Gary aren't... You see, in dreams, we learn how to...
And should our feathers be damaged, there's no need to covet an illusory sky and dream.
It's a relief to see you safe and sound, Miss Robin.
It's nice to see you all again, Astral Express crew. I heard my disappearance caused quite the commotion out there. I'm really sorry about that.
Since you're here, can we assume that you're fully aware of the situation and...
But now it seems the root of the problem goes way beyond me. The sweet dreams collapse. While I was away from Penacony, the boundaries of the 12 dreamscapes kept expanding outward. Later, I discovered the secret letters from the IPC ambassador. The land of the exiles. Concealed by the...
Hearing you speak, it sounds as if your voice...
I hate to admit it, but the harmony, it's regrettable. But the family has experienced betrayal. The traitor... or traitors... This is not the strong defending the weak, but rather the strong...
Could there be another force influencing the... Considering what happened with Acheron, it's difficult to conceive of another
I'd heard about what happened to the Cienjo Alliance. But as far as I'm aware, regardless, I cannot accept my home is moving to... I must uncover the reason why Mikhail cut ties with the family. I've decided to forgo my role and never step foot on the Charmony Fest...
Look here, brother. A little...
Looks like a fledgling Charmony dove. But Charmony doves don't live here. So how did this little bird get here? Maybe its parents abandoned it?
It looks weak and frail.
This place is too dangerous for a fledgling. Let's take it with us.
Okay.
I'll ask the family head to build...
A cage? But then it won't have the freak...
Let's see. What is it that has captured... Oh, poor little thing.
I do.
Why?
Even if it's small and not fully feathered, and can't sing birds.
That's quite the romantic idea. And what...
I think she's right. But if we leave it out in the wild...
Ah, I see. It seems as you probably know, Charmony doves can fly through the air. We've seen this spectacle so many times that we think it's their ancestors were too weak to survive on the ground after countless attempts by many.
So, you mean... birds are...
Well, that's an idealistic way of...
I think people believe birds are meant to fly because...
That's an interesting perspective.
For now, I'll keep it in a cage and
Well said, kids. It seems each of you has found you.
We will take good care of it.
Yeah.
And what's my...
What if this little Charmony dove... I mean, if there are fledglings in this world, should we let them go back to the sky?
Talking in your sleep, birdie? Huh? Need a hand?
I'm still alive?
Yeah.
Where is Robin? Tell me.
I knew that was going to be the... Don't worry, your sister is here, safe. If I were you, I'd be more worried about myself. After all...
If you wanted to kill me, you wouldn't give me the chance to speak.
So, you figured out who I am, huh? No wonder you had the guts to...
Choice?
You are aware of my plan, see through my act. I'm suggesting we cooperate.
Cooperate? What makes you think...
The fact that the famous Robin has chosen my side. Plus, some clues about a traitor and a bright future.
I find it hard to believe a man who's full...
Fine. You don't have to trust me. The sense of justice. It's...
Show me, Rob.
All right. As you wish.
What's your trick this time?
Just kidding.
And the crew, too. There are too many people who you owe.
That'd be great. Please follow me.
This is the monument I mentioned earlier.
Rosalina, and
When Penacony was known as a frontier prison, it was the Trailblazers who connected it with the stars. They were the heroes who saved it. However, today, the planet of festivities...
Their names are inscribed here.
According to Micah, they died long ago.
Rosalina was killed during the War of Independence. Tiernan was a skilled gunslinger, strong and reliable. He led... In the decade following the war, Penacony faced challenges
Though I had expected as much, the tales...
True to the title of Trailblazer, they spent their lives venturing into the unknown.
When Dreamflux Reef was created, its owner was still... Here we meet again.
Robin.
Langsung saja guys, kita cicil titik. Puncak sulit sih. Good, okay, good. Coba. Dulu sabar. Ini sih harus P6. Hanya udah.
I promised to give the siblings some privacy.
that sounds sensible enough. Since you went through the trouble of gathering the family...
Oh, is it that obvious?
The look on your face is practically...
You're right, Mr. Siblings already know what they need to, and they've made their choice. But you, Nameless, before we begin, let me reintroduce myself. As Gallagher, the history fictionologist.
History fictionologist?
Well, don't worry. Almost everything I shared...
I double-checked with Micah, and everything he said about the...
Thank you for your understanding. Now let's get down to business. Well, it all boils down...
The Stellaron? But how is that possible? Penacony is...
You're totally correct. The sweet dream doesn't come out of thin air. If you think of the memory zone as to achieve this feat without the help of an emanator of remembrance or enigmata, and that's not something you can achieve with a simple wish. In Azdana, the planet of It all started a long time ago, back when the Watchmaker and his crew liberated the frontier prison. The Stellaron first entered the Azdana system during the war. The Nameless warned everyone against. The turning point came after Tiernan's death. With two of the Nameless gone, by the time a representative from the Montour system's family arrived...
And I suppose the family happened...
Not just that. They knew far more about the Stellaron than the average person. Those three eras were known as the Age of Dreaming.
Then...
Remember the island in the ocean metaphor? The truth is, the Stellaron was never truly sealed. It's people's lives. The opulent dream is built upon the decay of spirits, with a toxic elixir, confusion, laziness, and cowardice. Weaknesses that plague humanity were Sadly, we realized this far too late. By then, at my wit's end, I had to use the power of the Enigmata, and sought refuge dormancy. That's its real name. We exploited a loophole.
So this is the true meaning of the impossible. You sent out invitations.
It's not just that. Above all, I wanted to see what happened.
So, the...
If you want to consider the Stellaron...
If that's the case, where is the
That's a question for Mr. Wings. The Stellaron is still under the family's control. Are you done talking?
It...
As I suspected, it's the embodiment of the...
As for the person who employed its power, it is in fact...
Well, that was easier than I thought.
Correct. I didn't have other options. The Dream Master has... Moreover, Mr. Gopher...
What do you mean by that?
To be honest, my brother and I are also victims of the cancer of all worlds. But I can't just stand by and watch Mr. Gopher. I won't step on that stage and sing. No matter who the traitor is, or where the paradise is.
Indeed. For the paradise in our dreams. As the head of the Oak family, I'm responsible. I'll fight alongside you.
The enemies you are about to face aren't like this old duck. Since our interests are aligned, why don't we...
We have always been following in the footsteps of our nameless...
Yeah, we Nameless won't back down from a challenge. Come on, don't crack.
Rest assured, sitting on the sidelines isn't in our nature. Mr. Sunday, Miss Robin, I'm willing to accompany...
Thank you.
Thank you all very...
The Charmony Festival is about to start.
Everyone, let's gather over here. We still need to make some preparations. I may have been quick to step up to the plate, but...
Huh? Even you...
He's the leader of the families of Penacony, and he has the entire power of the harmony behind...
Maybe you can just...
No, that won't do. Even if we count Robin as an ally, you're still carrying the keepsake, the IPC on... Huh. As I suspected, this chip Aventurine gave, if I'm right, he intends to use it to track your location or contact you in...
Aventurine? Is he still alive?
Remember what I said earlier? Working with the IPC is a way to keep... If negotiations go south and the family show their true colors by... The only question mark in all of this is Aventurine's current status. But the
Good luck to you, Welt.
Well, you take care too. If anything goes wrong, don't...
Spoken like a true... Even if the Dream Master is innocent, the family's corruption...
Don't you have something else?
Why would you say...
Before we departed, the conductor asked us to inquire about the three Nameless in Penacony. If I'm not mistaken.
It's not enough to say... I've been watching over you ever since I received the reply from the Astral Express. And I've... Miss Himiko, were you the one who repaired the Express and got its...
Yes.
And you two, young Nameless, you have very interesting life...
Salam dari Astral Express.
What? Hey, you can't just make up titles.
You're full of energy. Please send my regards to the conductor. As for the last Nameless, he disembarked on his deathbed. He told me to find the Astral Express. Come with me. Now,
Back here again.
sometimes I feel like you're still alive, old friend. Like you've still got so much to say and do. I've kept my promise. Brought the future trailblazers you've waited so long for. I don't know why you were so obsessed with that train. But don't let us down, old man.
What's happening?
Go ahead. His resting place lies in the garden. The first and last nameless Mikhail Char Legworthy, the Watchman.
Stream 4.
Bapak tua tuh.
Sure enough, the watchmaker is the third nameless.
The legacy he left behind was a dream bubble. I believe after all, when I checked its contents, I found nothing inside.
Well,
Wait, seriously? How could a dream bubble?
That old man always had this strange belief in the nameless and the trailblaze. And I never understood I could never figure out what was going on in that old man's head. But this empty, that mischievous old man.
don't think that's the case, Gallagher. I'm sure Mikhail has left us.
Don't start getting off.
Just as Mikhail believes in the nameless of the future, we unconditionally believe in the nameless of the past. How could they leave with... There must be something contained in this dream bubble.
Well, I'm a follower of the Enigmata. My philosophy for that's why I understand what faith means in the path of trailblaze.
Can I borrow your pet? I need to make a trip back to... It's for Mikhail.
Welcome to the Reverie Hotel. How may I...
Greetings. We're the Nameless from the Astral Express.
The Astral Express?
Yes, my companion's already checked in.
I see, but your companion said you wouldn't be coming due to...
Now,
And you...
me. I'm Pom Pom, a new nameless who's also with the Astral Express.
He's my fellow trailblazer.
Oh, I see. Another one of the Nameless had a similar... Since there's a precedent, it shouldn't be a problem. Just give me a second. I'm sorry, dear guests, but it seems I'm...
What do you mean?
My apologies. This is the first time I've encountered it.
How about this? Give me their room number.
I'm afraid that's not possible. I need to verify...
How about you just wake up someone?
I'm sorry, but there are strict rules regarding forced awakening.
So nothing works, huh? What's your solution then?
Please be patient. We need to contact...
And now it seems you need to confirm our identities before you can come.
It's...
Oh, fudge! Look, nothing personal, but if you can...
Please calm down, dear guests. I do recall that Mr. Sunday, the Oak family head...
I don't think she's trying to give us a hard time. She really just...
I have a bad feeling about this.
Something doesn't seem right. I need to leave.
Sure. Don Hung seems pretty worried about his companions. I should give him some space. Stressing out about it won't help anything. Locked and loaded.
Hey!
Well, I didn't come all the way here specially for the festival.
Well, back in my homeworld, Anari.
Oh, come on. The Charmony Festival is
Well, you never know. Anyway, let's forget about that.
unsettling things. What could possibly go wrong?
Relax. With a big event like this, there's bound.
Oh, that's a real... Well, looks like I won't get any fudging clue.
Apa bisa ngeliat?
Greetings. I'm Cody of the Bloodhound.
Hello. So, there's something out. Do you think there's anything to be...
I'm not sure where you heard those rumors, but they're completely At present, all of the families are focused on making sure.
She doesn't appear to be acting. So... it's back already?
Hasn't she returned yet?
Nope. Neither the staff nor the guests seem to know anything about what's...
I agree. Another unusual thing is that I walked around the hotel, but didn't meet a single...
Well, I'll be forked.
We shouldn't...
Not so fast. Have you ever robbed VIPs?
Are you suggesting we sit here?
I wouldn't say do nothing. But let's stay put for now. Even if the family has OT, they don't want to attract unwanted attention from certain outsiders. So
If I were a family member, I'd find an official excuse and keep the surprise factors here.
of course, we don't need to walk into their trap. I gave a backup plan.
A secret signal.
That's right.
Oh, a concrete object can indeed help the memo keeper establish a connection with you.
I'm sorry. But it's one of my quirks. I have too many.
How do we get into the VIP lounge?
This is where my street smarts come into play. You're the...
Yes, I am.
We're the Nameless from the Astral Express. Yeah, we wanted to check in, but we've been waiting here forever without any food or water.
Is this your idea of...
It's called standing up.
I apologize for the inconvenience. Please wait while we try to contact Mr. Sutton.
Just don't call yourself.
Wow, this bar's something else. Certainly worthy of the planet of festivities.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, I have an order for...
Has Donna's White Oak?
Oh, no.
If someone had reserved such a beverage, I would definitely remember it. It sells for hundreds of thousands of credits per bottle.
That's strange.
Then what should we do?
No need to rush. Let's grab... Let's see what kind of juice.
Wow, that's the most What can I get for you?
Anything you recommend.
Then I would recommend today's special, Glass Village. It's classic Soul Glad mixed with Laboon juice. It's refreshing and suits...
This flavor. Dynamite barbecue with rocket fuel. Ooh.
Dynamite barbecue with rocket fuel. Is...
As long as you're satisfied, dear.
Let's give the memo keeper another half-system hour.
The situation is unclear. Something must have happened on that's unusual for the followers of the Harmony to invite other factions, let alone the IPC.
Actually, there's something else I'm concerned. As you know, the faction that follows the path of the hunt are some of the most dangerous bolts in the cosmos to mess with. Isn't there a saying among the Xianzhou people that the rainbow sect...
Talking.
Well, you know what I mean. Even though the Galaxy Rangers have been out of sight for years, we've been with that Acheron lady. She doesn't seem like a lunatic at all. On the contrary, she's hot.
And you believe that someone like her would have an
I'm not entirely sure, but I do have my suspicions.
Anyway, What worries me more are the anomalies within the family. Unless the invitations weren't sent by them.
If maybe it's Shipei the Harmony pulling the strings. You find it beyond human understanding because it wasn't a people do stupid things out of irrational impulses. But eons don't.
You think Shipei's will is by...
It may not necessarily be Shipei. It's much simpler when you boil it down to the eons and paths. Like how Lon always follows the path of the hunt.
But in my opinion, Akavili's fall holds significance for...
Oh. So you're saying the Nameless now have to take responsibility?
Exactly. I believe the purpose of the journey is it's more about doing your best to choose.
I don't know what you've been through, but I agree that that's why the Galaxy Rangers need to uncover the imposter. Just in case. I have a backup plan if the Memo Keeper doesn't show up.
You sure have a lot of
Well, going back to... By the way, when you were walking around...
What's your plan?
It's simple. We just grab some hostages and...
No need for that.
Wait. Are you kidding?
Are you leaving, esteemed guests? Would you like to cancel that?
Huh?
Ha ha. Looks like you are a bit intoxicated, esteemed guest.
Oh, right. Sorry, my memory's nothing. I'll be waiting for you on the Astral Express.
No mistake. That's her message to you. She knew the hotel was...
Well, looks like we took a detour.
You're back? 2 guests just boarded saying they were looking for Boot Hill, so I told them to wait.
Oh, just
2 guests?
Yeah, or 2. Look, we welcome all passengers on the Astral Express.
My apologies, conductor. It was an oversight on my part. I assumed you were already acquainted with the garden. Given the chaotic situation in Penacony, the Nameless are the...
You are the Memo Keeper.
Pleased to meet you, Dan Hung. I've seen you in others' memories. And as for Boot Hill, this is our first face-to-face meeting.
Finally, Memo Keeper.
That's precisely what I intend to do. But before that, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Black Swan, and I serve the Garden of Recollection as a Memo Keeper. As for Acheron's story, I'm sure she knows it better than I do.
Greetings. I'm
What? You Garden of Recollection shirtbag!
I apologize, but she did that at my request. Due to certain reasons, I have been exiled by the family.
To be honest, it was more like stalking than helping.
I asked her to guide me to a place beyond the family's reach and to contact a few trustworthy individuals. Namely...
Trustworthy? Son of a nice... How about this? I'll put a few bullet holes in your head and see what secrets...
It doesn't have to be like that. I'm willing to answer all your questions, but not right now. If my cover hadn't been blown, we might have had more time, but at the moment, we don't have any other options.
No other options?
This is the only way I can ensure everyone's safety. I kindly request an immediate warp jump out of the Astana star system.
This passenger is
As far as I can tell, she's not a threat, and...
I've briefly traveled with your companions and know their whereabouts, Dan Hung. Please rest assured, your nameless companions are safe, but they need our help. As for Boot Hill, you may have guessed, I've been waiting for you. Galaxy Rangers are known for their elusive nature and limited contact with each other, so this was the only way I could reach out to. Only by doing this can I find a true Galaxy Ranger and fulfill a long-standing promise to return his relics to their rightful owner. Someone once told me that every rainfall is like raindrops are said to be the tears of the gods, shed in response to the sorrows of the world. their constant sound. How long has this rain been going on for?
I used to believe, just like you, that it would eventually stop. Looks like the God you mentioned doesn't exist. Well, mortals who walk the paths are like Satan, and for some,
like those
sin thirsters, the obsessions of the Pathstriders. They emerge from the nihility and head toward. You were once my dear companion.
Are you watching over them?
Watching over them? No. It was a brutal war. A crusade that shook the universe. The unwavering determination of the Hunt followers persists even in death. As for me...
But you know, these sin...
So some tasks have to be done.
I can help you.
For what?
For the meaning of the nihility.
I see. Thank you, stranger.
Before we part ways, it is true that their actions and even their entire lives, if this is what the departed ones expect.
A good question. What I do know is that one day, that someone will stand at my grave.
When I appeared as a child, my speech, mindset, and soul reflected immaturity and innocence. As I grew into adulthood, I left behind my childlike side.
I humbly request your blessings, esteemed advocate of Shipe.
Come to me, my kinship. I have sought their presence with us.
As you wish. I have faithfully served the Alfalfa family for nearly a decade, promoting the path of the Harmony to the best of my ability. However, I made a mistake yesterday. While I was preparing dinner for the family head, I accidentally dropped a prepared dish on the floor. Out of laziness, I lied and claimed that everything was ready. Although the head has dismissed me as punishment, it has been tough to sleep with the guilt still gnawing at me, as I worried that the seeds of evilness may have taken root in my soul. So, I confess to you now to seek atonement for my sins.
Do you sincerely repent and vow to change your ways?
Yes.
Have you examined your soul and confessed all your sins? Are you willing to Very well. Show your dedication and goodwill to the family.
Oh, praise Shipe.
Next,
I wholeheartedly...
rest assured,
I have implored their presence to be with...
Oh, great. You know, I arrived in Penacony as a stowaway. I sold everything to get a ticket. My house, my land, and my 2 children.
I see. Please, go on.
My children were starving, and I hoped they'd have a chance at survival if they became slaves here. If I can strike it rich here, I'll lift them out of that situation and give them the life they deserve. But the Bloodhound family got wind of it. They're on my tail, hunting me down. I thought I could bring my kids here. It was all my fault. All my fault.
The family is ready to forgive all sinners. I'll ask the Bloodhound family to cease their pursuit. You don't need to live in fear anymore.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'll work my hardest to redeem my children and make them part of the family. Praise the Harmony!
Next, please step forward.
Hey! Long time no see, Mr. Sunday. The most esteemed individual in Penacony, and the next leader of the Oak family, right?
I have sought their presence with us. Let us proceed.
Sure. Let's just get this over with. I have sinned. Please forgive me. I wasted half a pizza at breakfast, and a bottle of Soul Glad. That's it. Nothing more. Can we wrap this up? I've got a robo-ball game to catch, you know?
Do you seek to atone for your sins through good deeds?
My sins? Starting to sound like a saint, huh? Well, let me tell you something. Neither the family nor you have the right to judge me. You think nobody knows what your precious family has done? About the watchmaker? Huh? Don't kid yourself, Featherbrain. Those dream chasers might be fooled by your act, but don't fool yourself. Before you start spouting off your holy verses, well, I've spent enough time in confession today to enter...
Oh, revered triple-faced soul. Who can judge the strong when their power? Who can vouch for the weak? Who can comfort the purest souls when even they get led astray? If the strong defending the weak is truly the foundation, then who is...
Brother? Brother? Brother, are you all right?
I'm fine. I've been working long hours, and I just made...
You've been working non-stop on the Charmony Festival, Mr. Sunday, and no one could have predicted this incident.
No need to worry about troubling anyone. The Charmony Festival was meant...
It has always been our wish to, even if the negotiation does not go smooth.
You know, since arriving in Penacony, we haven't had...
The Dream Master rarely grants an audience.
Perhaps you'll be the...
Let's hope we can reach a consensus.
Indeed.
It's about time. We'll have to get ready for the meeting. I apologize for any inconvenience caused by the urgency.